Welcome, dear sisters. How are you today? I'm so excited to be here with you and share my perspective on what is it like to live in the beauty way. The beauty way is a saying that in my experience, I have attributed to living a life that is one of detachment and one of engagement. And I want to focus on those two aspects in this video. So I've had a mentor these last couple years, and I've learned a lot about detaching and engaging in life in the beauty way. Now, when I talk about detachment, I'm actually talking about attachments and detaching from attachments. So a lot of our work is our inner work. So I'm going to be talking about attachments within our inner world. So a few questions that I actually ask myself on, I would not say a daily basis, but rather occasionally. And these are really great journal prompts to have as well. So one question that I do ask myself is, what am I holding on to that no longer serves me? And it's really a beautiful time to take reflection on that. Because if I'm holding on to something that no longer serves me, I'm putting my energy toward this. And if my energy is towards something that does not serve me, that means my energy is not with something that will be serving me. So getting clear on what that or those might be. And then the other big question is am I willing to let go of it and to release it? Now, Eckhart Tolle talks a lot about the pain body. And sometimes when we are stuck in the pain body, when we are nourishing it in our daily life by our emotions or our actions, it gets pretty strong. And it's hard to let that go. So it's also acknowledging what no longer serves me. Am I feeding this thing that no longer serves me? And is it time now for me to let it go? And that's what I mean about being detached, letting go of those attachments. And then we can move out into our outer world. So being detached in that way is not having the expectations of others. So with detachment comes acceptance. Now, I don't know about you, but when I started really diving deep into my spiritual journey and learning so much, when my eyes started to open and I saw things that I had never seen before, and I was reading these books and I was just feeling so pumped up. And then I started giving these books or these articles to people in my life. Well, most of the time, those were not accepted very well. I don't know if you've ever had this experience. When you get all excited, you want to share, with your loved ones or your spouse, and you give it to them, and they either reject it, they take it, but they don't do anything with it. There's no engagement, and I felt rather let down. Like, wow, they don't believe me. They don't want to do this with me. Well, the thing I did not know back then that I do know now is the power of acceptance. And with that comes the awareness of who you are speaking with and where they are at on their spiritual journey, emotionally, intellectually, and not doing things to change them, but actually looking at yourself and how can you, I'm not going to use the word change, but how can you pivot to better relate to them? You see, if we go back to children, if you don't have children, if you've ever had an animal, like, you can't expect a 3-year-old to, learn how to, change oil in the car, or drive a car. You can't expect a puppy to, go 10 hours without having to go outside and not have an accident. So if you expect that, you're going to be let down. You're going to be disappointed, and you might get angry, you might get resentful. But if you can be aware of where the child is, the puppy is, your partner, where they are on their journey, then you can pivot yourself on how to relate to them. And it's accepting where they are at this moment. So I hope that was clear. See, if we don't accept people for who they are, then we are actually being controlling and manipulative, because it's not our job to change anybody. The best example you can be is a living example. And if someone wants to know what you're doing, if they see the changes in you, they will ask questions. So there it is. It's letting go of your attachment to the outcome, detaching from controlling and manipulating people, even though you might have the best intentions. Now, going into engagement. So walking the beauty way, engagement in life. And I think it's when we realize that we don't live life, we are life. And that the universe is constantly giving us experiences for us to choose from on how we want to live life, live our soul. And to be, in my experience, learning to be totally engaged in life means you need to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, if you don't know what direction you're going, you're never going to get to that direction, that destination. You'll never get what you quote unquote if you don't know what you want. How can the universe give it to you? Now, it's really interesting that the majority of people, I think I heard one teacher say like 80% of people don't know what they want in life. And that is really, really sad. We need a North Star that can lead us in not only the long-term destination of our life, but our daily life. Now, it could be as simple as you just want to be a really compassionate human being. You want to have all your family and friends around you when you transition to the other side. Beautiful, beautiful goal. So how do you get there? How do you get to be surrounded by all the people that love and admire you? Well, you need to show up each day as that person. And when you can dwindle it down to what can I do each day, it doesn't seem as overwhelming, because it just could be a small task. A compassionate human being could be someone who puts bird feed out for the birds in the wintertime, and your children see that, and then they see how compassionate you are, and you instill that in them. Like, being engaged in life is realizing that your actions trickle down to others, whether they're children, whether they're souls you meet on a day-to-day basis. So I hope this was helpful in giving an idea of just one description of what it is like to walk in the beauty way. It's acceptance of others, acceptance of yourself, and it's engaging in life that brings the most joy, love, and compassion to others and yourself. So many blessings. Have a beautiful day.